Imagine getting out of bed at night to use the bathroom, taking 2 steps and suddenly feeling that small but terrifying wobble. You catch yourself on the dresser, your heart starts pounding, and for the rest of the night you cannot stop thinking, what if next time I don't catch myself? That moment may last only a second, but for many people over 70, it changes everything. You stop moving as freely, you avoid stairs, you hold on to furniture, you become more careful, then more hesitant, and before long, your world starts getting smaller. Hi, I'm Dexter. Welcome to this channel. Today I want to talk about why your balance gets worse after 70 and what you can do every day to help prevent a fall. If you have noticed that you feel less steady than you used to, you are not imagining it. Balance problems become more common as we get older, and they can affect nearly every part of daily life. Standing on one foot to put on pants, stepping off a curb, turning too quickly in the kitchen, walking on uneven pavement, reaching up into a cabinet, or even getting into the shower can suddenly feel riskier than they used to. And once you lose confidence in your balance, the fear itself can become part of the problem. That is something many people do not realize. Fear of falling is not just a thought. It is not weakness, and it is not overreaction. Research has shown that concern about falling can actually predict future falls. When people are afraid of falling, they often start moving less, taking fewer walks, avoiding stairs, and spending more time sitting down. That sounds protective, but over time it weakens the very muscles and balance systems they need to stay upright. So the fear leads to less movement leads to weakness, and weakness leads to more instability. It becomes a cycle. So why does balance tend to get worse after 70? One major reason is weaker legs and hips. Balance is not just about the inner ear. It depends heavily on strength, especially in the muscles of the thighs, hips, calves, and core. When those muscles get weaker, the body becomes slower and less precise when correcting a wobble. If you trip, turn too fast, or step on something uneven, you may not react quickly enough to recover. Reaction time also slows with age. That does not mean something is wrong with you. It just means the body takes a little longer to notice a change, process it, and respond. A younger person may stumble and recover almost automatically. An older adult may need a split second longer, and sometimes that split second is the difference between a near fall and a serious fall. Vision also plays a huge role. Your eyes help your brain understand where your body is in space. Changes in depth perception, contrast sensitivity, or low-light vision can make it harder to judge steps, rugs, curbs, and uneven ground. That is one reason why so many falls happen at night or in dim lighting. Then there is the inner ear and nervous system. The inner ear helps detect motion and head position, while nerves in the feet and legs tell the brain where the body is standing. With age, these systems may become less sensitive. If you also have diabetes, neuropathy, or certain medications affecting alertness or blood pressure, balance can worsen even more. And that brings us to another overlooked factor: medications. Some medicines can cause dizziness, sleepiness, blurred vision, or drops in blood pressure when standing up. If you ever feel lightheaded when you rise from a chair or bed, that matters. It is something worth discussing with your doctor because balance problems are not always just aging. Now here is the encouraging part. Balance can improve. Falls are not an inevitable part of getting older. A large body of research now shows that exercise is one of the most effective ways to reduce falls in older adults. And not just any exercise. The most helpful programs combine balance training, leg strengthening, and regular movement. That combination works better than simply resting more or just trying to be careful. Researchers have found that balance exercises improve steadiness, mobility, and lower body strength. Multi-component exercise programs, the kind that combine balance and strength, reduce falls and injurious falls in older adults living at home. Even home-based programs can help when people practice consistently. There is also strong evidence that Tai Chi improves balance, walking speed, confidence, and fall risk in older adults, especially when practiced regularly over time. Let me give you a real-life type of example. I want to tell you about Miriam. Miriam is not one single person, but a composite based on common patterns seen in clinical practice and research. She is 74 years old and lives alone. One rainy afternoon, she slipped slightly while stepping off a curb outside a grocery store. She did not fully fall, but it shook her badly. After that, she stopped taking her usual walks in the neighborhood. She began asking her daughter to carry groceries upstairs. She held onto the kitchen counter while cooking. At night, she walked more slowly and nervously, especially on the way to the bathroom. Within a few months, something changed. She had not fallen, but she felt less steady than ever. That is because she was moving less, and her body was responding to that loss of movement. Her leg strength dropped, her confidence dropped. Even small tasks started to feel dangerous. Eventually, Miriam joined a fall prevention class through her local community center. The instructor started her with a very simple routine: standing behind a chair and doing heel raises, side leg lifts, sit to stands, and a short supported balance practice every day. She also began taking a short walk down the hallway and back twice a day, then outside again once she felt ready. At first, she was nervous. She wanted to quit after 3 days because it made her aware of how shaky she felt, but she kept going. After a few weeks, she noticed she was rising from chairs more easily. After 2 months, she was walking outside again with less fear. A few months later, she said something many older adults say when balance starts to come back. "I feel like I trust my body again." That is such an important phrase, because balance is not only physical, it is also confidence. So what can you do at home, starting today? Start simple and safe. Stand behind a sturdy chair or at a kitchen counter. First, do 10 heel raises. Just lift your heels off the floor slowly and lower them down. This strengthens the calves, which are essential for staying steady when you sway forward or back. Then try 10 side leg lifts on each side. Keep your body upright, hold the chair lightly, and move one leg out to the side. This strengthens the hip muscles that help stabilize you when walking and turning. Next, practice sit to stands. Sit in a sturdy chair, then stand up without using your hands if you can do so safely, then sit down again slowly. Start with 5 repetitions. This builds leg power for one of the most important movements in daily life. After that, try standing with one foot slightly in front of the other while lightly holding the chair. Stay there for 10 seconds, then switch sides. Over time, you can make it a little harder, but never challenge balance without support nearby. You can also practice slow heel-to-toe walking along a counter, taking a few careful steps while one foot lands directly in front of the other. That helps train coordination and control. And finally, walk every day if you can. It does not have to be long. Even 5 to 10 minutes at a time matters. What matters most is that you keep telling your body, "We are still using these systems. We still need this strength. We still need this balance." Also, make your homework for you, not against you. Improve lighting, remove loose rugs, keep floors clear, and review your shoes. Stable, supportive footwear can make a real difference. And if you take several medications, especially ones for sleep, blood pressure, or anxiety, ask your doctor or pharmacist whether any of them may be affecting your balance. If you have severe dizziness, fainting, recent falls, new weakness, numbness, or neurologic symptoms, do not try to solve that alone. Please get medical advice. But for many older adults, the answer is not to stop moving. It is to start moving more wisely and more consistently. So here is what I want you to do before this day ends. Stand behind a sturdy chair and do 10 heel raises. Then do 5 sit-to-stands. That is it. Start there. Small daily practice can rebuild strength, confidence, and steadiness one day at a time. Your balance is trainable. Your confidence can come back, and your future does not have to be defined by the fear of falling. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you liked it.